on FM Talk. Olympic update. I'm Matt Napolitano. The Beijing Winter Games were officially ushered in at the Bird's Nest, the site of the opening and closing ceremonies back in 2008 for the Summer Olympics, but this year nowhere near the fanfare due to rising COVID concerns across China. A few countries opting for a diplomatic boycott of these Olympics over the human rights record of Chinese President Xi Jinping and his government, as an American delegation of 222 athletes gets set to compete in a record 109 events over the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately, Team USA women's hockey will be going the rest of the games without alternate captain Brianna Decker, stretchered off the ice during a 5-2 win over Finland in round-robin action with what appeared to be a significant leg injury. This as figure skater Timothy LeDuc will make history as the first openly non-binary American athlete as they compete alongside partner Ashley Kane-Gribble in Beijing in the pairs competition later this month. That's your Olympic update on Fox News.
Every day, the communities we serve rely on the energy of natural gas to warm homes, cook meals, and fuel businesses. At Spire, we're committed to bringing you the energy you need and to being a carbon-neutral company by mid-century. That's why you'll see us in your neighborhood, upgrading the pipelines to help reduce emissions, and why we have rebates and programs to help you save energy and money. One community, one planet, one vision, 1 to 50. Learn more about Spire's commitment to the environment and to you at spireenergy.com/1 to 50.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Jules on Hampton and St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler featuring Alvanza's jewel art designs with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks and sports memorabilia and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa, and julesonhampton.com. Call them at 314-752-5000, 314-752-5000, and julesonhampton.com. Jules on Hampton.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Lori Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
If you're retiring soon, join us Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gslhonorflight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Up-to-the-minute traffic reports, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone. Dependable traffic on 97.1 FM Talk. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Thanks for spending some of your Friday with us on our Friday. We're glad you're here. Ryan Wiggins is here as well for Wiggins America. Let's get to it. You ready?
Hey, Eddie!
Let's talk a little business baseball here.
So, sports. That's all right. Did you, I mean, I got to like speak in code now. YouTube is back up. And we were running on YouTube again, and nobody knows how sensitive this is more than Ryan Wiggins. So without talking about what we just talked about, did you hear that interview?
I loved that interview. I can't wait to see that movie from that guy because I was just talking to Trisha out there. I think I can say Trisha. I think that's
Trisha.
okay. I was talking to Trisha out there. I said that movie, based on what we know about D'Souza, because I'm honestly worried that even saying his name is going to get flagged. But what I know about him, and you've seen all of his movies. I've seen probably most of his movies. He delivers. When he says, this is what I'm going to show you, he delivers on that content. So when he says, I've got the bank robbers rather than the bank, that makes me go, I cannot wait to see this movie.
Annie Frey Show screening at a local theater willing to accompany us?
Oh my gosh, I'll be there live. We should totally do it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's make it happen. All right. It is Wiggins America. What do you got for us today?
So have you heard about this thing that's buried in the infrastructure bill? That's what's amazing about these things. They're so thick. There's stuff in there that doesn't belong in them. There is at first thought, maybe conspiracy theory. Apparently not. U.S. Representative Bob Barr, former representative, wrote an article about something hidden in that infrastructure bill that is intended to kill cars, as in have kill switches that you can just turn off cars from afar, that will be put into every new car, truck, and SUV sold in this country within 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So who's going to control it? I guess it's supposed to be for, and the way they're billing it is for drunk driving. If you have a high-speed chase or something, legal authority could step in and say,
if you kill a car and it's in motion, that doesn't necessarily end well.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have some sort of slowing mechanism before you do the kill mechanism. But yeah, I mean, the idea is that you could, from afar, any vehicle in the United States, turn off. Now, the way that's billed in the infrastructure bill is, of course, to save people's lives and for safety.
Yeah, they're always looking out for you.
They're always about greater safety. And of course, when you give up that safety, you give up control. And that is exactly what's happening here. The good news is it doesn't kick in for 5 years. And from reading through it, there are a lot of constitutional concerns because have you ever been given a ticket from a red light camera or one of those things?
No, I'm not a terrible person.
Right.
I did pay a parking ticket a couple weeks ago from downtown.
Did you?
Yes. Well, I went to a little Blondie's downtown on Washington Avenue. I love that place. And I parked my car and I just went in. I didn't put a single piece of money into that thing. And I'll tell you what, during COVID, they went for a long time where you didn't have to pay for parking. So it just didn't cross my mind. So it cost me $20.
Well, I think that's actually a pretty good gamble if it's only going to be $20. But I've gotten a red light camera or ticket before. For about 10 years, they were real common. If you notice, they've kind of gone away. Brad, I mean, they're constitutionally questionable because you don't have the right to face your accuser. There is no accuser.
Right.
You have just a video recorder that has as your accuser. So that people have challenged them enough that they don't think that they're really legal anymore, although it's never really been defined.
Brad, how many have you had?
I've had 0 from a camera.
A caveat.
Yeah. Well put. Well, Brad, when was your most recent ticket? Because I bet you can't beat Annie.
No, I can't beat Annie. My most recent ticket was when I was in college. I was driving down 64 and Sunset Hills in between here and Creve Coeur. It was one of those little small townships, and they popped me for doing like 80 and a 65. And it was only like $30, which is weird. Living in Illinois, it's never that cheap.
I know. Yeah. So
when he said it was only like $30, he was like, worth it.
Well, that's what you said. It was $20.
My car was parked.
Yeah, but it was parked illegally, apparently.
Yeah, kind of.
My car was moving with the flow of traffic. I'm just the one he picked.
Why do you pick you?
I don't know. I had a red car.
Red? Is that part of the
Arrest me red. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get pulled over, drive a red car.
So kill switches in cars. This technology is already in the cars. It has to already be in the car. I can start my car from my phone from an app. And you've got like OnStar and all of these different types of things. They're all computer connected, satellite connected into the system that is your vehicle. So I wonder if this is actually changing hardware that goes in your car, if it's just giving access to already in manufacturing use technology to access it for those types of purposes. It's really frightening.
It is. Yeah. I mean, we've seen how quickly the tides can turn and the laws can change to, all of a sudden, like this article, because I read a couple things about it. One of them gave an example of in New Zealand, all of a sudden in 2021, it was illegal to transport food or a certain amount of food very far because of quarantining. So what used to be legal a year before was now illegal. So you consider that in the last couple of years, how quickly something like that could turn where they decide something's illegal and they can just turn your car off. You can't travel anymore.
Is it 5 years from last year?
From the passage of the bill, which would have been the end of last year.
So we'll have a new president by then.
That's the hope. And
I don't know that it'll be a Republican, I hope, but it won't be Biden.
We bring up the red light camera thing. Hopefully there's precedent there to say, look, the safety thing does not override your constitutional rights here. And that's why this former U.S. Rep Bob Barr was writing the article. He's saying, look, we need to get ahead of this because once it's implemented, it's harder to get rid of.
It just seems like the possibility of that turning into a really bad, dangerous situation, which would then become a very litigious situation. I don't know that the net positive exists there.
Well, great example is right now in the midst of Canadian truckers. If you see a trucker convoy heading toward Ottawa, what's to prevent the government from just turning them off?
What happens if they turn it off because they suspect something and they were wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Too much control.
Lots of problems with that. Quick break. When we come back, we're going to speak with Kevin Wheeler and get our sports update. And then we've got Hannah and Trisha and Brian and Brad and myself on a happy Friday. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm in St. Louis. I meet regularly with people who haven't filed tax returns in years. Did you know that if you have unfiled tax returns, you can be subject to jail time? That's right. The maximum penalty can be 1 year of jail. The maximum penalty can be 1 year of jail time for every year of unfiled returns. So liens, wage garnishments, and bank levies should be the least of your worries if you have unfiled returns. Instead, you should get straight with the IRS and file those returns as soon as possible. Call the Lance Drury Law Firm today and meet with me. Together, we can resolve your tax problems before it comes to a prison sentence. Don't worry about not having records or receipts. The Lance Drury Law Firm can help you find the information you need to get the returns prepared and filed. As an attorney, I am trained to put pieces of your tax puzzle together for you. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. Call attorney Lance Drury, 314-260-6120, or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey guys, it's the new year. Are you still struggling with erectile dysfunction? I've yet to meet anyone that enjoys timing those intimate moments around a pill. Well, now you don't have to. The advanced wave technology at Pineview Medical has been shown by Cambridge University and the Cleveland Clinic to restore and even regrow blood vessels. It can improve circulation and eliminate erectile dysfunction. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us in the next 2 minutes and you'll receive a consultation, assessment, and blood flow ultrasound free, plus a special gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. You're going to love that. Trust me. This is a $600 value, free to callers now. 314-530-7777. That's 314-530-7777. Guys, get rid of your ED and get that spark back. Call Pineview Medical now to qualify. 314-530-7777.
Need a break from the sound bites and the talking heads? Do you want information you can actually use? Information that'll change your life for the better? Then listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
Tony LaRussa here. Men, are you running out of stamina rounding third base? If so, call my friends at Victory Men's Health in O'Fallon, Illinois. Scoring at home is important, just as important as crossing the plate with the winning run. VictoryMensHealth.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
A partial victory lap for the president. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's highlighting a blowout jobs report for January while also acknowledging there is more work to do.
Average people are getting clobbered by the cost of everything today. Gas prices at the pump are up. We're working to bring them down, but they're up. Food prices are up. Working to bring them down as well.
But there was a surge in hiring even economists weren't expecting last month amid COVID's Omicron surge. 467,000 jobs created, while the unemployment rate held nearly steady at 4%. The White House downplaying a cozy scene in Beijing between the Russian and Chinese presidents who had a meeting amid the opening ceremony for the Winter Olympics as the U.S. and NATO continue to warn about Russia's troop buildup near Ukraine. There will be a federal hate crime trial over the killing of a black jogger in Georgia. The shooter, Travis McMichael, withdrawing his guilty plea today, the day after his father, Greg, withdrew his.
Jury selection is set for Monday, with the McMichaels and their neighbor Roddy Bryan facing hate crime charges. The reversal came days after a judge rejected the terms of a plea deal between defense attorneys and prosecutors after Ahmaud Arbery's family strongly objected. Arbery was killed almost 2 years ago after being chased by the three men through a Brunswick, Georgia neighborhood. Travis and Greg McMichael were convicted of murder in a state trial in November and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Bryan, who shot video of the shooting, was given life with parole. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Major League Baseball running out of weeks to save the start of the new season. Lockout players just rejecting the league's request for a federal mediator to join stalled labor talks. The union criticizing owners for refusing to make a counteroffer instead of requesting third-party involvement. The fight boils down to money, a decline in payrolls. America is listening to Fox News.
Your life. Your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your deodorant rash, your favorite cheese, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private, and unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Oh, what kind of dog is that? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Bundle up times continue as we go through this Friday afternoon. Clearing skies. There'll be some sunshine during the afternoon, but it's a tricky sun. Only 24 for the high tonight. Clear skies, bitter cold, down to 2. Some of the outlying areas below 0. Saturday, sunny. A cold day. The high may just barely touch 34. Sunday, keeping it cold, keeping it sunny. The high Sunday, 38. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
When you're in the car, 97.1 is here to help you make time. With dependable traffic every weekday with Sue Thomas.
Road work will continue 270 at Lindbergh, and they'll have a lane down in each direction.
Sue Thomas and dependable traffic.
We did have a report of a possible vehicle fire.
Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, your solution to in-home traffic.
Both look great from out west into downtown.
Every weekday on 97.1 FM Talk.
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
Feeling the pinch of higher prices?
Golden Oak Lending can save you money with their low 2.25% rate.
James Hawkins here, president of Golden Oak. Offset high prices with lower monthly payments or turn your home equity into cash.
Lock in this low rate while you can. Call 314-567-GOLD today.
Golden Old Landing, join my blues.
NMLS 114937, 2.25% fixed, 3.336% APR, FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-431-2715. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715.
Visit Shane Company, where our expert non-commissioned jewelry consultants will make shopping for your dream engagement ring fun and easy. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
The Odyssey app is for this station and also for music stations. Get 97.1 FM Talk on your phone or pick a genre. It's all there. The Odyssey app. 971talk.com. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by the Loading Dock, with a unique and beautiful ice skating rink to enjoy this time of year. Go to graftonloadingdock.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. We are so very glad that you are here with us. It is 1:07. You can donate your car to Goodwill and get the 2022 Cardinals tickets at mersgoodwill.org. Use promo code Cardinals. Speaking of Cardinals, we've got our regular Friday guest on with us. Let's talk to KMOX reporter Kevin Wheeler.
The baseball here.
This is a simple game. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball.
There's no crying in baseball.
Cardinals, Blues, and more with sports reporter Kevin Wheeler.
Kevin, welcome back to the show. Hope you're doing well, enjoying the snow. Are you a snow guy? You like it? Hate it?
I liked it when I was a kid and I could go sledding and all that stuff. I don't like it when I have to shovel it. No, that's not cool.
Yeah, as when you had a little one and not, your kids are grown, right? Your kids are, is that right?
Yeah, my daughter's 24, so yeah.
Were you a go out and play in the snow, Dad? Or were you a
Oh yeah,
fun?
hell yeah.
Oh, man,
honestly, I still am as long as yeah, I still am that guy, but I like it doesn't outweigh having to do the work.
Yeah, I completely understand. You wrap up and stay warm, kids. Let me know how it goes. I'll have hot chocolate when you come back in. Tom Hanks says there's no crying in baseball. Is there going to be baseball? That's the question. I'm looking at a New York Post story right now, and it says MLB owners request third-party mediator amid lockout impasse. That's from yesterday. Just set the stage for us right now. Where are we at with this lockout? What's the timeline looking like?
Well, it's weird. Like, first of all, timeline, we have no idea. And I know that people like to do the both sides thing on this, but it's not. Until the owners move at least a little bit, nothing's going to happen. I mean, and by the way, they're moving on things that are not significant, right? So they've moved a little bit on minimum salary for players that haven't reached arbitration or free agency. But in reality, that's a very small concession. I mean, it's probably something in the range of $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year that would go more towards the union than currently does go there. But I mean, the biggest issues, the owners haven't moved. They haven't moved on the luxury tax, which is crazy. And I saw a chart today that showed, it was a graph that showed the growth of revenue, the pace that players' salaries have gone up, and how the luxury threshold has gone up. And the one that's really blowing up is revenue, and the other two aren't growing at the same rate, which is kind of the issue here, right? I mean, revenues are growing, but payrolls are not right now the same as they were 10 years ago, and they're lower than they were 5 years ago. So if revenue's going up and salaries are going down and the luxury tax isn't moving, I think we can understand why the player side is like, hey, guys, we've got to make this more fair.
Sure.
Now, they're going to get, the owners are going to get, at some point, they will get the concession from the union that allows for more playoff teams, which will a lot more guaranteed television money at some point, right? More playoff games means more revenue. And eventually they're going to settle this stuff. But if ownership's not going to move on the luxury tax, and they're also not going to address at all competitiveness, right? One of the complaints of the union is that too many teams just intentionally maintain a low payroll, don't try to win, and it's a way of maximizing profit and not having to try to compete because, like Pittsburgh, Miami, these teams that get revenue sharing also have guaranteed television money like everybody else. So if they keep their payrolls down in the $40, $45, $50 million range, it doesn't even matter if they're terrible because the other money's so big, they still make a profit. And these are the things that I think those are the two biggest things that the players would like to get concessions on. And they've moved a little bit. And I don't want to make this out that the players don't have to move. They do. They have to move. But when they've moved a little bit, the owners have put like their pinky toe forward and said, okay, we'll move here. And it's just, it's really ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you this, just to kind of simplify in terms for people who maybe, enjoy baseball, or maybe they're married to somebody who loves baseball and they don't really get in the muck and in the weeds with it. But the luxury tax that you continue to talk about, can you kind of explain what that is?
Sure. So in last year's game and really in recent years, that number is $210 million for your total payroll. So if your payroll goes above that, there are penalties. And those penalties escalate the more years consecutively that you're above that number. So if you're above that number 3, 4, 5 years, your penalties are pretty significant. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars. That is basically a tax that gets spread out to the smaller market teams. And there are, eventually there can be impact on draft picks, right? So draft picks move later into rounds rather than where they would be. There are penalties for going above that number. The problem is there's no floor. There's nothing at the bottom end that says teams need to be above this certain number. And the luxury tax is not a cap. Teams are absolutely allowed to go above it, but nobody does, except basically like the Dodgers and the Yankees and occasionally the Red Sox. And when you're only seeing 2 or 3 teams at a time operating above that number, what you have is a salary cap. It's not called that, but that's what it is. But this salary cap doesn't come with a floor. So you have something at the top that limits teams, that discourages the big market teams from spending what they could, right? So like the Dodgers have $800 million a year in revenue. But if they go above 1/4 of that in their payroll, they're going to be paying steep fines and they're going to deal with penalties. And what the players want is for that number to go up, that 210 to go up to maybe 240, 245, so that at the very least, there's more freedom for the big teams to spend the way that they would like to without being penalized.
We're speaking with Kevin Wheeler, KMOX sports reporter, also host of Sports Open Line over there in KMOX. I'm seeing we got spring training should be starting. Pitchers and catchers should be reporting here in a few short weeks. Likely not going to happen on time.
Less than 2 weeks. Yeah, like 11 days would be report day.
And, my husband and I have historically celebrated pitchers and catchers report day and not Valentine's Day, and we eat hot dogs. It's pretty much the extent of the February celebrations in my house. So we look forward to that, especially when football is wrapping up and, college basketball is getting into the later part of the season. How committed do you believe that the players are in this negotiation to say, this is what we want, we're going to stand by it? If baseball doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the well, let's call this the $11 billion question, right? How dug in are they? Because the owners are very dug in. They have told the union that some of these issues are non-negotiable, and they are absolutely dug in. The owners won the last 2 rounds of collective bargaining, and they don't seem to want to give any of it back. So you're right. The question is, how tied into this, like how much are the players willing to push this? How far are they willing to go? So as owners, they own teams, but they also have other businesses, right? I mean, they're not all just baseball owners and that's it, right? The DeWitt family, for example, they have business interests all over the place. These are all people, the owners, that made so much money in their other businesses that they could purchase baseball teams. So they have they have other sources of income. They don't have to rely on the teams. Now, I think we all agree that there's not much that billionaires like more than making more money, right? I mean, that's kind of like
how they got there.
Players. Yeah, exactly right. So, that's kind of the players' leverage, right? Is how much revenue are the owners willing to walk away from to win this fight? But clearly the players don't have the financial wherewithal. And people have to remember, Max Scherzer makes $40 million a year, but half of the league, and that's a lot of money for all of us, right? But that's not, you can walk away and kiss it goodbye money. That's after taxes and paying your agent and all of that. It's not what you think it is. Mm-hmm. That 600 is probably more like 300. And again, that's a lot of money, but it's not like $40 million I can not work again the rest of my life money.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So let's say they don't start on time. Maybe spring training starts late. Hopefully it starts late, which means the baseball would be back. You've said multiple times, didn't you say that you expect baseball to start when baseball is supposed to start, at least in the regular season?
Yeah, I've been saying that for...
Stand by that?
Well, I'm going to for now. I mean, and to put it this way, until it's not possible, I'm going to stick with it. And here's when we'll know, Annie, when it's not possible. If we get into, say, like 1 month from now, if we're in early March and we're not starting spring training, then the season won't be starting on time. They're going to need at least 3. They're going to need 3 weeks to ramp up. They're going to need at least a week or 2 before that to sort out the rest of free agency, arbitration cases, and all kinds of other stuff. So if they don't have an agreement by the first few days of March, then we will not start on time.
So, Kevin, what are the players doing right now? I mean, are they making sure they're game ready, or at least spring training ready the way they normally would, and just hoping it gets done? Or what's the life of a ball player while the lockout is taking place?
From what I can gather, and people I've talked to and reading stories around the country, they're all preparing like it's a normal season. Like they are now where they would be if there was no lockout. Like they're doing the same work that they would be doing. The main difference, normally by now you would have a lot of players for the Cardinals, for example, already down in Jupiter. They'd be there a couple of weeks early doing informal workouts amongst themselves, no coaches or anything, just players doing it. That's not happening, at least not at Roger Dean Stadium, because players are not allowed to use team facilities during the lockout. But every player, and I mean, I'm sure there's a small percentage, maybe an exception here, but I would assume that every player is right now where they would be under normal circumstances. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they'd be foolish not to be. Kevin Wheeler, KMOX Sports Reporter, always a pleasure to speak with you. Enjoy shoveling your snow. I think the snow is done, so whatever you get rid of now should hopefully be gone for a while. We appreciate your time today.
Yes, you got it. We'll see you.
All right, bye-bye. I'm looking forward to baseball being back, and there's something about February that feels like baseball to me, the conclusion of the NFL season, which I don't pay attention to now, but I just like to have people stop talking about it. And I was going to ask him about the Super Bowl, and I just can't do it. I can't handle it. Brad, are you going to watch the Super Bowl, Brad?
I I'm going to have to, because some of the kids in the youth group want to have a Super Bowl party with the youth
well,
group.
you should educate them as to why it's a terrible idea. Let's
I
talk about that when we come back. Let's get into it. And I want to know from you, are you going to watch the Super Bowl? Obviously, the Los Angeles, St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams are in the Super Bowl, which means Stan Kroenke is got a team in the Super Bowl. And it's in Kroenke Stadium, right, Brad?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh, it's disgusting. Are you going to watch it? We'll ask the group. We're going to have everybody come back in here. Ryan, Hannah, Trisha, Brad, and myself. We're going to have a little fun because it's Friday, and we need to have fun inside where it's nice and cozy and warm. I'm not a snow person. Not in the snow person. I'm going to look at the snow person. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I feel you glowing in the dark when I collapse.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie. A weekday lineup that makes you think. Mornings with Mark Cox and Brian Kilmeade. Afternoons with Annie Frey and Mark Reardon, where St. Louis comes to talk. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
Diamonds Direct makes it easy to go over the top this Valentine's with an expanded selection of the most romantic gifts, special designer trunk shows, and the return of our most popular offer ever, 5 years, 0 interest financing. Now through Valentine's Day, we've teamed up with the nation's most sought-after designers with a spectacular selection of affordable and timeless gifts. And with 5 years, 0 interest financing, you can go big. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings and you pay $50 a month, or a $4,000 diamond tennis bracelet for just $67 a month. It's a fact. Jewelry is the #1 gift for Valentine's, and Diamonds Direct is the #1 destination. We'll help you find the ideal gift at the best price, and you can spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. Visit us in-store now or shop online for some great romantic gift ideas at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. On approved credit.
Did you know you can sell any house within just 7 minutes without any fees, commissions, banks, or headaches? Chris Buys Homes STL.com is looking to make you a cash offer on your house today, no matter the size or condition. We buy vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, townhouses, condos, and apartment buildings. If you have a house and are just even thinking of selling, visit us at ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com. Leave us your info and we'll reach out to you, ask you some basic questions about your property, and make you a cash offer within just 7 minutes. Remember, when you sell your house to ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com, you get to choose the closing date. To get a free, no-obligation cash offer on your house, go online or call us today at 314-782-5000. That number is 314-782-5000. 314-782-5000. That's ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit loandepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
How many miles must it take to break?
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Must we wait to hear the truth? How many moments did I trade in for a fake?
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate you for choosing to spend some of your time with us. I want to talk real quick about roads because Ryan and Trisha and Brad all went into the studio coming from various different locations. Ryan, your drive into work today, or did you ride with Brad, who you referred to as a real man yesterday on Twitter?
I rode in with Brad.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Look, it's not just that I was afraid to drive.
Brian lives on.
It was not that. It's not that thing that you just said just there. It's other things like we have one car that's not very good in snow. So I was leaving my good car for my wife to drive my kids around. It's a personal sacrifice that I've made.
Sacrificial
to have
love.
Brad bring me into work.
So I guess, Brad, how did your big manly truck handle the roads today?
Well, to be honest, it handled the roads great because most of the roads were great until I went up the hill to Ryan's house. But doing the donuts in the parking lot in the deep snow yesterday filled my back wheels with snow, and that created an imbalance. And so it shook Ryan and I's fillings out on the way into the studio today.
Is your truck okay?
It's fine. I just need to get the snow out, and it's below freezing, so it won't melt.
It was a bumpy ride, and I didn't like it.
Did you require like a chai latte on the way, like a Starbucks?
No, I'm going to tell you the truth, Annie. I couldn't have even drank a latte in that car. It was bouncing so bad.
He would have been wearing it.
Yeah. I kid you not.
Trisha, what about you? You came in from the Illinois side as well.
Yeah, I made it fine, and I drive an Accord. It was
maybe next time you can pick up Ryan.
I think I might need to.
Yeah, we could be like the disciples. We'd all be in one accord. Bible jokes. Everybody loves a Bible joke.
No,
Brad can make the coffee. He brews. Hey, we got biblical jokes. All right, that's all. I don't have any more though.
Normally in the studio, I would just look at him and he would know. I'm just going to let this hang.
I got one more. You know what type of motorcycle the Apostles rode, right?
I don't.
A Triumph, because the sound of Triumph filled the valley.
Nice. That was pretty good. I like the Accord one better, but
what's Dan Bongino yelling about right now?
These jokes.
People, yeah. What's going on over there on CamWags and STL Talks or St. Louis Talks? Okay, this is now the time to check it out. You can call him in and tell him, "Hey guys, got a great joke." With love, the Eddie Frey Show.
You tell him you heard it here, though.
I heard it there, and then I changed the station. If you've got good Bible jokes, I mean, by all means, send them on the live chat there with Hannah. Hannah, you're still monitoring the live chat. Is that correct? Yes, she is. We don't have her sound. There she is.
There she goes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I am monitoring the live chat. People should send me questions that I can ask Annie and the crew at 2.
2:00. Ask me anything. Hannah is waiting for you to make that comment. And we have, I will say, over the course of the snow days this week, I have been home. My kids had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. Ryan, your family closed from Wednesday through the rest
Wednesday,
of the week?
Thursday, Friday.
Brad, your wife?
Yeah,
same
she's
home?
off.
I just decided today to stay at home too, because since everybody is here, it's just easier for me to do that. And we'll be back in the studio on Monday. Back to normal, of course, unless there's another snowstorm. I haven't looked that far. But Sunday is the Super Bowl, and we all know that the Rams are in the Super Bowl. I'm going to go around the room here. I want to know who was a St. Louis Rams fan. Hannah, did you watch NFL football at all? Were you a Rams fan?
I was not. My dance teacher was the captain of the Rams cheerleading squad, though, so I only ever cared about that, but not the football itself.
Oh, my dance teacher, too. Who was your dance teacher?
It was not Shania Twain, Ryan.
You're still the one.
I wish.
Ryan, were you an active Rams fan when they were here?
Proactive, as in if they were doing really well, I was on board. When they were having bad seasons, I was very much a fair weather fan.
I was just going to say, I wouldn't call that an active fan, but
I was
past
being
fan.
proactive.
But you knew what was going on, and it was fun when they were good.
Sure.
They were really, really bad. Brad, what about you?
Yeah, I was actually what you would call a hardcore Rams fan, for better or for worse.
Same.
It was my
mostly
team.
Worse. Good at the start. No, it was bad at the start. Then it got better, and then it got really, really bad. And now we know why. Because Stan Kroenke is a word I can't say because the FCC won't let me say it. Trisha, what about you? Did you and I went to a Rams game. I took you to a Rams game.
That was my first Rams game. I was I think it's cool, but I don't really football kind of person.
You're a St. Louis person.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah,
I like the gear. I like the spirit for the city. I did not care much about the sport.
We had fun.
Me too, Trisha.
Yeah, it's like it's good to be good. It's good to have something to cheer for collectively. Completely understand. So now the Super Bowl historically is not just a football event. And in fact, there are a lot of other things that surround that day, that game, that cause a lot of other people to be involved and to participate. Ryan, do you have plans to celebrate the Super Bowl? You're going to watch the game?
I think so. I mean, Super Bowl parties are fun. That's really the best part of football anymore, is just going to the Super Bowl party and
don't even have to turn on the game.
Yeah. Well, actually, I still, even though I hate the NFL in general,
it's still really entertaining.
Don't want to support them. The commercials are super fun. It's like watching a 2-hour sketch comedy where you have to watch football in the middle of the football is the commercial, and then you wait for the sketches to come on.
Do you like that they put all the you can basically see all the commercials?
No, I don't like that.
That's silly.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean, I get why they do it. They're getting more bang for their buck because more people will go watch it. But, that takes away from the fun of the reveal, which is the fun of the Super Bowl.
Brad, you said you're going to watch the game at church with your youth group?
Yeah, we call it our big game party. So about half of the kids are fans of football, and then the other half of the kids don't even know football exists. So what we do is we have a party, and then we have board games and stuff like that the other people can play. And that's what we do, and have a bunch of junk food. Also, did you know that the Super Bowl is actually the 13th? It's not this Sunday, so it'd be next Sunday.
That'll be next Sunday. No, I didn't. That's the point.
Yeah, we were just talking. We were like, hey,
that's how little we care about it.
I've gotten about 6 messages from about 6 different angles. Like, I better clear this up, So it's the 13th, so the following Sunday.
Well, whatever. It's coming.
Oh, can I share a fun fact of why that is? Because it used to be it was always this Sunday.
Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they do it 2 weeks now?
No.
Because a lot of times that gets it into sweeps into February. Because before it would sometimes land right at the end of January.
It always made no sense to me that they wouldn't do it one more week later, even move the entire season back 1 week later, because that is President's Day, correct? Is that what's in February? And schools have that Monday off. Do it on, or just, I get it, Super Bowl Sunday, whatever, but do it when more people potentially have the day off the next day.
Yeah.
People are calling off anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I have to leave before the end of the game for that reason, because it's always 10:30 at night, and the kids got school the next day.
And you're exhausted from your
day
job.
Oh gosh, Brad's got to pick me up in the morning. I got to get going, you guys. My coworker's got to pick me up.
Ryan's in his office bricklaying when we're not looking. What?
I'm just a workhorse.
Digging ditches.
Yeah, he goes down, digs a hole, then takes the dirt and puts it back in the hole, then digs it out and puts it on the side, and then puts it back.
It's a government job.
Yeah. I get paid $300,000 a year to do it.
You can't get work like that everywhere.
Exactly.
Although, this would be the best transition segue in radio show history, but I don't even want to acknowledge that as something I was doing on purpose. That jobs report that came out, Ryan, today.
Yeah.
Joe Biden was pretty happy about what he was seeing from the jobs numbers, and he continues to say history is being made with this administration of his. Listen to what he had to say this morning.
This morning's report caps off my first year as president. And over that period, our economy created 6.6 million jobs. 6.6 million jobs. You can't remember another year when so many people went to work in this country. There's a reason. It never happened. Take a look at the chart. You can look at the last, all the way back to President Reagan. Look how many jobs we created in an average per month. This is, it's never happened before. And look, history's been made here.
History has been made here. And I get very leery of the high fives all around mentality of the Biden administration when they continually talk about the distance between point A and point B. It's not about what the numbers are right now. It's how far they've come. There has to be some sort of acknowledgement about how bad it was and why it was that bad to begin with. Because let's be honest, a lot of what caused so much attrition on the job front, a lot of the reason people weren't in work was because of the policies that the Democrats and the big spending Republicans decided to put in play to cause this to take place. So they're the firefighter and the arsonist at the same time in many respects. Now we know from earlier this week, we talked about that Johns Hopkins study that said that all of these lockdowns that we've been going through, all of these regulations that have kept you from living your normal life, and yes, that life still exists, that normal life still exists, you should still be in pursuit of it, helped move the mortality rate 0.2% on COVID. And then you have all the ramifications of everything else the lockdowns, the lockdowns caused. Ryan, when you hear him talking, I mean, he's taking a victory lap. Nobody asked him to. People are still paying way too much money at the pump. My Amazon Prime subscription just went up. Was it like $20? Does anybody in here know? It was like $20 a year.
Yeah, it went from I think $12.99 a month to $14.99 a month. It went up a couple bucks a month.
Oh, I think it's $130, and I pay it yearly, and I actually just paid it in the last couple weeks, and I think it was $139 a year. But Ryan, people who are paying attention to their own personal circumstances, I don't know that they're going to hear what Joe Biden just said there and be like, man, you're doing great.
Well, no, it is good. And we should acknowledge that that's a good jobs report for January. And actually November and December were revised up.
Revised. Yeah.
And so that's all very good. The problem is that when you have that happening, what's going to happen is when you got this much money flowing through the economy and jobs are coming back, that's actually just going to keep pushing inflation higher faster. So there's no relief coming on that end. And the other thing, as we're talking about this, it's remarkable to me that both Obama and Biden started their terms at the bottom. So it's only going to go up. It did throughout Obama's term, and it will throughout Biden's term, and they'll be able to claim victory the whole time.
Well, and you think about what they inherited, and this might be an unpopular way to say this, but bear with me. The end of the Bush administration, there was a lot of spending. There were stimulus checks. There was cash for clunkers. All of a sudden, Republicans got into this big spending mentality where big government is okay if it's my version of big government. And that is not correct. That is not a conservative line of thinking. And Donald Trump, same thing. His situation was COVID. It was an unprecedented scenario. He chose to do what he did, but both times things got bad. And, I don't think you can look at what George Bush inherited. He didn't inherit it. What George Bush experienced within months of taking office was September 11th and then a war. I mean, you talk about what you campaign on and then what you have to deal with. Two entirely different circumstances. I don't know. I mean, gosh, Ryan, when I think about it this way, like, who couldn't make those numbers go up after COVID?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like even Joe Biden can make them go up.
Yeah,
weird
just
endorsement.
The momentum of the United States, it doesn't really matter who you put in charge. It's going to have to go up because people are going to have to go back to work. It's just everything he's done has forced it to take longer. Obama did the same thing, and that's why you saw slow growth for 8 years. What Trump did was amazing because you come in at the end of an 8-year growth period, and then you push it to historic highs. That's almost impossible. You'd almost have to wave a magic wand to make that
When
happen.
Barack Obama said you would have to wave a magic wand to do that, you took the words right out of my mouth. It is ridiculous. It's like you said, it's a good report, and that's something to be celebrated on a countrywide basis. If the reports are good, if they're accurate, yay. However, I don't look at this. When President Biden, he says we have added blah blah blah. Are we talking about we as a country, or are we talking about we as the Biden administration? Because, Brad, when I'm looking at what is taking place and the policies that they're putting in place to try to, I mean, I don't even know if they're trying to solve the problems that I'm identifying that I see myself. I feel like the sooner government gets out of the way, the faster these problems will be solved. And kind of like they've been creating some of those problems themselves.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Whenever we talked about the magic wand that Trump had, it was basically, Ryan mentioned the force of the United States just rolls through. So a lot of the success that we had, a lot of the growth that we had in the Obama administration, what we're having in the Biden administration isn't because of their policies. It's in spite of them. And the reason Donald Trump had so much success was because he basically just got the government out of the way. Government can't really grow the economy, but government can very much hinder the economy.
Yeah, I agree. Hannah, when you've got people, you've got friends and probably classmates, you're working on completing your associate's degree, and people are going to be looking for jobs right now. I mean, you can go out and you can get a job somewhere. I don't know if the jobs are available in industry or career related scenarios. I assume that they are. Do you feel like the motivation is there with your friends, your classmates to go out there and find those big jobs? Are they able to be picky about what they're looking for? What's the vibe you feel from your friends?
I think my friends definitely know there's a lot of options out there, but it depends on how they look at it. If they're looking to make money, you could work at Hobby Lobby and make, what is it, like $18 an hour?
Yeah.
But if you're looking
And
to actually
probably
focus,
get a discount at Hobby Lobby, which
is awesome. But if people are looking towards their career specific jobs, I don't know if they can find them. I was going to talk about this yesterday about how people who are like wanting to explore different careers really can't because of COVID. There's so many restrictions. Half the people aren't even in the office yet. And it's really hard for people my age to find what they want to do because of COVID. There's so many restrictions now. It's really hard to go out there and find what you want to do. I'm lucky I was able to get this job.
Well, we're
but
grateful.
I think it's really hard for other people. So I'm not really sure.
We're grateful for you. And I'll tell you this too. I mean, one of the things I would assume, especially for young people, and, you know, I've experienced this in our situation here on the show, but there are a lot of companies who are requiring people to be vaccinated to get hired or to have an internship or to, you know, be able to get into a new company. And especially for younger people, there's probably a little bit more of a hesitancy to do that. And so you just got to pick a different thing. You got to go a different direction. And that is an extra obstacle that's in place for, I would assume, more younger people, a higher demographic of younger people, because, and it's the company. I mean, I firmly believe it's the company's right to make those decisions. And when you do that, you're limiting the pool of people who you get to pull from. So the company gets to make a business decision to do that. And if that business decision means instead of being able to interview 20 people, you only get to interview 10, and maybe the best 3 were in the other 10, that's the company's decision, and they have the right to make that. And that will affect in one way, shape, or form their product or their workspace, and it's their business to do that. It certainly is not, as we now know, the government's job to make that decision for companies. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Hannah's still monitoring the live chat on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We are back up on the YouTube channel, so make sure you join us there. Ask Me Anything questions at 2 o'clock. Our first segment in the 2 o'clock hour, Hannah is going to throw those Ask Me Anything questions out at the room. We have found out breaking news in this last segment that the Super Bowl is not Sunday. It's the Sunday after that. And if you needed to know how invested I am in that dumb game, now you know. By the way, you guys can just chime in and be like, it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday.
We all had to check.
Well, I picked up my phone and I had like 40 messages, but I wasn't looking at my phone. I was updating my phone. Now I got them, though. So a reminder, folks, it's not this coming Sunday. You still have time to prepare. Stick around. More Annie Frey Show in just a minute.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. The Mark Reardon Show.
Congressman Joey Long, stop bringing 2 million people over the border willy-nilly. Stop the wokeness. Stop people from hating policemen, from saying we have to defund the police. Stop the insanity.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Selling your home's a huge deal. You want to sell it fast and for the highest price with zero hassles, right? Mark Cox here. That's why I always recommend Gloria Liu with GL International Realty and the Coldwell Banker Premier Group. Gloria continues to change the real estate game with multiple cash offers for her sellers. Above market bids with multiple cash offers in less than 24 hours, and she makes the process so easy. Gloria eliminates the hassles with no showings while you pick the closing date. Check this out. Andrew wrote, Gloria sold my home quickly, above market value, to an all-cash buyer, no hassles, delays, or problems. With Gloria Liu, 2 things are always guaranteed: your home sale and your price. Call Gloria today and get your cash offer at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately decidedly familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. So if you need some extra cash, looking for that one-of-a-kind piece, make Jules on Hampton your first stop. Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills.
As Old Man Winter hits us, Mango wants to remind you to check your gas meter for snow and ice accumulation, because too much snow and ice could cause a natural gas leak. Get more tips from the Missouri Association of Natural Gas Operators at mosafegas.com.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get your furnace ready for cold weather with a heating system check included with all maintenance plans from Air Comfort Service. Maintenance plans start at $15 per month. For more details, get in your comfort zone at aircomfortservice.com.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show.
Have you ever felt the pain so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. It's 147. You can donate your car to Goodwill and get 2022 Cardinal tickets at mersgoodwill.org. Use promo code Cardinals. Hopefully they play, but that's a great way to donate and get something for it. I asked the crew here. We've got Ryan in studio, Brad's in studio, Trish is in studio. I'm in my remote location, Hannah in hers. And I came across this story. It was kind of like mind-blowing to me. So this is, why am I reading everything from the New York Post? The New York Post must have flagged me as like somebody who might be interested in reading their articles. From the New York Post today, peer pressure, Dutch city to dismantle historic bridge to accommodate Jeff Bezos' new yacht.
Oh, man.
Isn't that amazing?
That's next level, Rich.
A Dutch city has agreed to spend weeks taking down a historic bridge so that Bezos' new gigantic super yacht can reach the open seas this summer. The Amazon founder's 417-foot-long, 3-masted ship that costs roughly $500 million is under construction in the Netherlands, but the pleasure boat, their words, will be too tall to pass under Rotterdam's landmark Koningshaven Bridge. I don't know. which has 130-foot clearance, according to the NL Times, which cited a different entity that I can't pronounce. So as a workaround, the mega billionaire and the boat maker, Oceano, is that how you say that yacht company, Brian? I know you're real familiar.
Oceano, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, good. Reportedly asked Rotterdam officials to temporarily dismantle the iconic bridge and pledged to reimburse the city for expenses. So he has a $500 million yacht, and he's going to pay to move a bridge and pay to have it put back, and it is a historic landmark. Ryan, what do you do with your money?
I mean, first of all, I can't believe they're getting rid of the Koningshaven. But second, there are two things that I would like to do if I had that
One of my
much
favorite
money.
bridges.
I know. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if I had a yacht, it would be to use that. I would use my money to preserve the Koningshaven. There's my answer. No, what I would really do, I would build one of those super cool houses that looks like it's just a normal house, maybe a little bit big, but on the inside, it's got all kinds of secret passageways. That's all I want out of a house. Tons of secret passageways. That's it.
Right? Ryan wants to live in the house from Clue.
Yes. Yes, Brad.
He wants to be able to go corner to corner
Yes.
with one move and a land at a door.
Yes, I do. And all kinds of places to hide things and weird furniture. That's what I want in a house. And maybe a vacuum that could suck you up into one of them just out with a button. That'd be kind of awesome.
So there are two things at play here. And I think that they're probably conflicting things between the way we manage our political sense, but then also humanity. Jeff Bezos created Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rich dude because he had an idea, from what I recall, in his garage. Isn't that the story?
Yeah.
He created Amazon from his garage. It's his baby. It's an obvious, gigantic, ginormous success. So he has $500 million to drop on creating a yacht and then a little extra on the side to move a bridge and reassemble it. Do we hate him for that? Is it annoying to us because, you're trying to make sure you pay your mortgage and your electric bill at the same time? I mean, Brad, when you hear this kind of money, I have conflicting feelings about it.
I have no conflicting. I'm not mad at him. Good job for him. Well done him for being able to go from his garage to building a $500 million yacht and paying money to tear down
the Koningshaven,
and then
God
rebuild
bless
it
the
after he gets his
Koningshaven.
boat
I know.
out. Now, here's the thing that confuses me, though, is like, how did he not know that his yacht that he's having built in this particular harbor wouldn't fit out of the harbor? That seems like Amazon's built on logistics. That seems like something that shouldn't have slipped his
Trisha,
mind.
if you're a dude who has that kind of money and if that bridge is in the way, I'll just move it. I'll just get it out of my way while I need it out of my way. I mean, what is that mindset like? What can't you do?
I don't know. I can't even imagine. I guess at that point, it's like, fine, take down the bridge. I'm a RIP bridge. I'm pro bridge here. Can't you build your yacht somewhere else, Bezos? I'm not mad at you for having that kind of money. That's amazing. But build your yacht
What
somewhere
if he
else.
built his yacht out of the Koningshaven, like some sort of cannibal?
Just take the bridge wherever he
What
needs.
a
Yeah.
In case he
monster.
needs to
Yeah.
traverse some water onto some land, he can have it extend from the yacht. It's a three-masted
Comes
yacht
down
with a
like
bridge.
a drawbridge.
Ryan would be a great eccentric millionaire.
Yes, I would. You're darn right I would.
I don't think it would make sense to a lot of people, but it doesn't need to. It only needs to make sense to the person who's spending the money. I mean, do we care at all that we're spending, $20 more a month on our Amazon Prime memberships and Bezos is relocating?
Yes, you're darn right we care.
That's a fair point. I'm not very happy about that increase.
Wait, so is he paying to move the bridge, or are we paying to move the bridge?
That's a great question, Brad. Canadian truckers, honk, honk.
Take it to the man.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a suggestion,
Okay.
and I don't know if this is a good one or not because I am a Blues fan, but much in the way that Trisha referred to, she doesn't do the football. I like hockey. I like going to hockey games. I don't go to many. I watch them when my husband puts them on the television, and I cheer for them. That's the extent of it. I can't explain hockey to you. I want the United States when the games, NHL games are played in the United States, and they're playing Canadian teams after the Canadian national anthem is done. I want the crowd to start honking.
Heck yeah. Hey, wait a minute. You just made me realize something. Is the honking just because it's truckers, or is the honking because of the Canadian geese thing?
Ryan.
Probably
no,
the geese.
really, really. I mean, I know it's the truckers,
no,
but
not really, Ryan. Not really.
yes, really.
No, but no, you just said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said that, and you said you made me realize something. I don't know that you realized anything. You thought of something. And at this point, there's a difference in a realization, which implies that there was something that was in existence that was true, and you just arrived at that point. I think that you just thought of something.
Okay, that sounded like a lot of words. I don't know what all that meant, but I can tell you this. The
Hong Kong.
Canadian goose is a national symbol for Canada.
Canada goose.
So, yeah, they just call it a goose there. But so
Better they call it a Canadian goose.
do they?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Canada goose, I think is what
A
they call
Canada
it.
goose. See, we're learning. We're learning together. And that's really the point, isn't it?
Hannah just looks disappointed.
Hannah's like, what am I doing here right now?
She was so excited to have this job. and
She's
then-
love my
panicking.
job.
She's like, if they call on me, I don't know what I'm going to say. If Annie says
I don't even
Hannah,
have a comment.
what am I possibly going to add to this conversation? There's nothing that can be added.
What am I going to do? Does it surprise you to know that I actually thought about that for a second in reality until Annie explained it and that it was stupid? Because I really, for a second, thought, oh, I wonder if it's connected to Canadian goose.
No, it doesn't surprise anybody.
Nobody's surprised.
That wasn't supposed to be.
I
a
was
joke.
going to say, I'm not surprised that you thought of it. I was surprised that you said it on the air, but that's not even true either.
No,
So,
no, that's not
No.
true either.
no.
Doesn't matter.
How long do we have left here?
Oh, less than a minute now.
We got to go to
Long.
57:50.
Oh, no.
That's 2 more minutes.
No, Brad.
Leave Ryan
It's
hanging
not up
out
to
to
me.
dry.
What would you
Let him
do with
finish
all
it.
that money, Annie? Since we have 2 minutes.
Go live at Disney World. I'm not even joking. When I was there this past weekend and we went to meet my husband's brother and his wife and their baby, and we brought our baby, and we basically just like took a slow paced casual vacation at Disney World in Florida. And it was even freezing cold. I mean, it was legit. I had on layers of clothes and a scarf and a hat and gloves and in Florida. And then we left and it got up to 80, which is really offensive. But you just have the ability to live differently in Florida right now than you do in Illinois. And it's so enraging because COVID is COVID. And you look, I mean, speaking of the Super Bowl that we're going to watch here in a couple of Sundays, not this Sunday, this is a place that's like under emergency lockdown, essentially. What is it? Like an emergency order from the governor is allowing him to implement all of these different types of regulations. Just wait and look at what that stadium looks like, and look at all the people who are on the sidelines who are supposed to be wearing masks. You're going to have them under their chin, and then look at the governor hugging and taking pictures with Magic Johnson and the mayor of Los Angeles. These people don't believe their own rules. They're just rules for
Holding
you and
his
me.
breath.
Yes, holding his breath. Exactly. So I'm kind of sick of it, and I'm kind of over it, and it's really infuriating. It's refreshing that freedom still exists. But it's also infuriating that in the state of Illinois and the city of St. Louis that we don't have that sense. So I don't know. Maybe move to freedom.
I'd make passageways.
I could passageways to freedom. Your passageways, my freedom. Go to St. Charles County or something. All right. Ask me anything. We come back. Send your comments in the live chat to Hannah. Let us know what you want to know. We'll be back with that in the 2 o'clock hour. Don't go away.
Feeling the pinch of higher prices?
Golden Oak Lending can save you money with their low 2.25% rate.
James Hawkins here, president of Golden Oak. Offset high prices with lower monthly payments or turn your home equity into cash.
Lock in this low rate while you can. Call 314-567-GOLD today.
Golden Oak Landing, join my blue.
NMLS 114937, 2.25% fixed, 3.336% APR, FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-431-2715. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715.
Hi, this is Curtis Barks. I am the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair, here to tell you about our touchless automotive service. If you're experiencing the constant struggles of having the kids home from school or just want more of that family time where you can listen to them teach you about what they do every day, we provide touchless automotive service, return the vehicle to you clean and ready to go in the comfort of your own home. Check us out online at CompleteAB.com for more information. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the car.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
On time and under budget. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's part of the goal of an executive order President Biden is signing in a union hall in Maryland aimed at saving taxpayers money on federal construction projects by improving coordination between contractors and subcontractors. Earlier, we claimed some credit for a big surge in hiring in January. 467,000 jobs created, with a jump of more than 700,000 in the total for November and December after revisions in those numbers.
And the strongest economic growth this country has seen in nearly 40 years. Historic economic progress. And I'm proud of the role the administration played in this economic plan has played in the recovery.
But he pledges to keep working on bringing down prices. Republicans say his policies make inflation worse. A bill Democrats say will help the U.S. compete with China passes the U.S. House, but Republicans say that falls short.
Democrats say the China competition bill will help incentivize companies to make more semiconductor products, chips, here in America, as the pandemic helped create a global shortage. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi highlighted the bill's passage.
We have $45 billion support the manufacture and acquisition of critical goods that are essential for our national economy, our national security.
But it also includes billions for developing countries to help them deal with the effects of climate change, as well as some domestic communities struggling with higher unemployment. One Republican said the bill is a progressive dream list that has nothing to do with competing with China.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, that bill has to be reconciled with a Senate version. Just in from New York, lawyer Michael Avenatti found guilty on all counts in a wire fraud case that could send him to prison for 20 years. He was accused of stealing book proceeds from then-client Stormy Daniels. Yesterday, on day 2 of deliberations, the jury had told the judge they were deadlocked. Today, they said one juror was refusing to look at the evidence. America's listening to Fox News.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your baby monitor research, if you're using too much diaper cream, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private. And unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Aw, how old are they? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term Loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Bundle up times continue as we go through this Friday afternoon. Clearing skies. There'll be some sunshine during the afternoon, but it's a tricky sun. Only 24 for the high tonight. Clear skies, bitter cold, down to 2. Some of the outlying areas below 0. Saturday, sunny. A cold day. The highway just barely touched 34. Sunday, keeping it cold, keeping it sunny. The high Sunday, 38. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
97.1 FM Talk.
What are they asking for here? Because going back to what Barry said with Bill Maher, I think a lot of us have done what we're supposed to do. We're moving on with our lives right now.
Right here, right now.
This is way too soon before midterms, though, because we're not going to be doing anything until fall. If they drag this out to midterms, they have such high unfavorability. Is that even going to be enough?
97.1 FM Talk.
Nobody wants to miss the important things in life, and if it's because of bad vision, you don't have to. Mark Cox here from my friends at Brenton Vision. They can help you out. That's why I want you to take 2 minutes today to call my friends at Brenton at 314-375-2020 or go online to BrentonVision.com. Your eyes are as unique as your fingerprint. Since Brenton Vision is the only place in Missouri offering all 7 forms of modern vision correction, they can create a customized treatment plan just for your vision. They helped my wife out. She chose the lens replacement therapy and now sees better than ever, and she loves it. You can have that same experience with Brenton Vision. They accept flex plans and medical spending plans as well at Brenton. So don't let that money expire or go to waste. See your best. Do what we did. Call Brenton Vision at 314-375-2020 or schedule online right now at BrentonVision.com.
Everyone deserves the retirement they have always wanted. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, protecting your life savings along with growth potential is key. When your nest egg is protected from market losses, the fear and anxiety of not being able to retire are no longer part of the equation. That is the first step. Our sole focus is on you. I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'll show you how to protect your retirement accounts from market losses and generate more income than most investment options. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. We'll design your own personalized, structured income plan that will show you exactly how to retire comfortably. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees to retire with confidence for 36 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Worried about what you're breathing in? With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Odyssey's Black History Month tribute spotlights incredible Black artists who have contributed their music to the world. Hear music from Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye West, and more. Search for Black voices and inspiration on the Odyssey app to listen. That's AUDACY.com.
If you use a smart speaker, you can listen to 97.1 easier than ever. Just tell it to play 97.1 FM Talk. Or download the Odyssey app for your phone and stream the station whenever, wherever. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by the Loading Dock, with a unique and beautiful ice skating rink to enjoy this time of year. Go to GraftonLoadingDock.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
So that was bizarre in a newfound way for me, Ryan Wiggins, because the headphones that I'm using, I think stripped out one of the music at the end there. That's not the way you guys heard it.
Oh, you're only hearing one side of it maybe or something? So you're not hearing it in stereo?
Because all I had was your creepy voice. It was no music behind it. It felt a little invasive.
I got that too.
Did you? I think it's because I put my earbuds in because yesterday, well, the first day I've been home 3 days. I'll be back again on Monday. I tried to use these headphones. I've used these in the past. And we couldn't get the connection to work right. So I was using my daughter's. I'll show them on the live stream, Annie Frey YouTube channel if you want to watch. I was using these headphones, which are like the noise limiting headphones. So you can put them on a kid's head and then they can't turn it too far up and damage their ears. And I just didn't really love it. So I put these in and that's the first time that I was like, what is going on here? Is this what we're airing on the air?
Yeah.
It's just in my ears.
No, that we went into deep production on that. It was like the Who's Quadraphonics. We did certain speakers for certain voice parts.
I've heard
if you listen to it on a quad speaker system, you'd hear all the different layering we did in it.
Audio nerd. That's all right.
Some kind of nerd.
Somebody just loved the quadraphonics reference. I know that.
That total. Yeah. Well, Brad understood what you're talking about, which is again
okay,
a situation where one of you says something. I have no idea what you're talking about. I look at the other one and wait to see who's the odd one out. This time it was me.
It was you.
All right. Are we ready for Ask Me Anything? Are we ready to do that? All right.
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth.
Say it.
Thank you for your honesty. You can't handle the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
Fantastic. Hannah, you got some questions. I saw you stacking them up there in the live chat. If people want to try to squeeze one in, we'll get to as many as we can. You can go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and just comment your Ask Me Anything question there. And Hannah has been manning that ship the entire show. And she's got some questions for us now. Hannah, start wherever you want to.
All right. My first question is from Kate. She asked, what is your favorite ride at Disney World?
My favorite ride at Disney World is of all the rides is probably the Avatar Flight of Passage, which is just, it's like a, anybody here on the show ridden that? Ryan, have you ridden that?
Yep.
You have?
Yeah.
Trisha?
I have not.
So Ryan has. It's like, if you remember the movie Avatar, which is such a weird thing that Disney has an entire land dedicated to the Avatar movie, and they're coming out with, I think, 3 more, and one of them is supposed to be coming out soon, so it'll probably make sense sooner. I don't really care for Avatar specifically, but you actually feel like you're flying. Ryan, did you love that ride as much as I did?
Yeah. It's not my favorite. My favorite is probably the
Figment show.
You know, it's the theater right by the Figment show.
Shut up.
There's a theater there.
You're not. Kate's not real. This is Ryan's questions. There's like one thing at Disney World I haven't done yet,
And that's my favorite thing. That one thing, because I've done it twice, and I've only been to Disney twice ever, and both times I went on it, it really blew me away. And it's just something that if you were a Disney fan, you'd think you would have done by now.
Trisha. This is where I would throw a pen at him if we were in the studio.
I got you.
I can't throw it that far.
But anyway, if you go, it's in Epcot, and it's the theater right next to the Figment ride, and I can't remember the name of the ride. That's
It's
how
your
much I
favorite
love
one.
it. Yeah.
But it's your favorite one.
My favorite.
What's your second favorite ride, Ryan? Tower of Terror?
With a name.
No, not Tower of Terror. I did love that one because I just liked the Twilight Zone.
Mhm.
But as far as the ride goes, it was just fun because it was Rod Serling stuff. I will say probably the Sasquatch ride at the
Expedition Everest?
Expedition Everest. That's the one.
It's a roller coaster.
Yep. That's
It's a good
the one.
roller coaster.
Love that one.
I do love Tower of Terror. Hannah, have you ever been to Disney World?
I have.
Do you have a favorite ride?
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain? That's a good one. Trisha, I know
Yeah.
you've been before. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I loved the Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror back in the day. The last time I
Yes.
went, I only did
Well, still good.
Magic Kingdom, and Space Mountain won that
Yeah.
park for me. But
Okay. Brad, have you ever been to Disney World?
I was 4, so I think my favorite ride is
Dumbo.
the Dumbo ride. That's what I was
Dumbo
going to
is
say.
great. If my husband
That's
and
a
I,
classic.
when we go on our own, we still ride Dumbo together. And I think that is a perfectly acceptable answer. All right, Hannah, what's next?
Next one is from Jackie from YouTube. Ask, what is your favorite TV show?
Ryan, let's go with the guy with the long and storied career in television. Brad, what do you think? Ryan, what's your favorite TV show?
Probably the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So not a lot of fun because everybody knows it. It's not something weird.
Good radio.
Yeah,
Trisha,
you're
what
welcome.
about you? What's your favorite TV show?
I got a lot of favorites. I'm really into This Is Us right now, and Outlander. My go-tos are How I Met Your Mother and New Girl. I don't know. I can't choose.
When did you
one.
start watching Outlander?
Years ago.
Like when it was being released? Like, how many
yes.
seasons have you had to wait for?
I've had to wait for quite a while. I don't know when the last season dropped, but I watched it in real time. Yeah, it's been a long time. They're coming out with a new one soon though.
Yes, I think in March. I did not start watching Outlander, I think, until the season that's out currently. I think that one was, I think they were promoting that was going to be released, and I had like 4 seasons or 5 seasons or whatever it was to watch to catch up to it. So by the time we got to that season, it was completed, and then I had to wait, and I hate waiting, which is why I'd rather just like hear everybody say, oh, it's the most amazing show you got. And I'm like, I'll wait until it's over, until I can binge stream it on my time. Outlander is good. Brad, what about you? Favorite TV show?
So my favorite TV show is kind of like a conglomeration of two, because the host of the show moved to another show, but it's called Top Gear. And then they moved over to the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime. And it's a show about cars and guys hanging out and making fun of one another and
Something
British
like
humor.
Wiggins would like.
No, I don't think he would like it.
No, nothing remotely manly. I like Twilight
You can
Zone.
watch
Actually,
Outlander.
My favorite
Patricia.
non-popular TV show is a children's show from Canada from the
Bluey?
early 90s.
Oh.
No, it was called The Odyssey. Nobody knows about it. It's about this kid who goes into a coma, tries to find his way out of like
This is the
coma
most
world.
Ryan Wiggins thing ever.
Yeah.
Is this what The Life of Human is about? Nobody knows about it, so you just wrote it in a book?
Man, that would have been a good idea. No, I'm going to do that next, though.
What's The Life of Human?
It's about a robot takeover of North America, and one robot that decides to
It's your
not
book.
take over North
I don't
America.
care what the book is about. I'm telling you to promote your book.
That's what I'm doing. Talking about how great it is.
We didn't say that it was your book. I was going to let you do it in a smooth, savvy kind of way. Ryan has a book. He wrote a book. It's called The Life of Human. You can order it. You can buy it on Amazon probably, and help Bezos move that bridge. Move that bridge.
Yeah. if you want to move the Koningshaven, then buy The Life of Human.
Hannah, your favorite show?
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. I've never watched an
Really
episode of that.
basic.
I prefer
but
the book.
It's good.
My
Knock it
favorite
off.
show right now on television for sure is Yellowstone. I think it is just so incredibly fantastic. And I have a hard time, as I'm a grown person, I'm an adult, and there are a lot of grown person things in that. And it's like, I really want my parents to watch Yellowstone, but I don't want that. I don't know if they're old enough yet to handle it.
You don't want them to know that you've seen
I'm like, there's the show. No, never mind. Just forget about it. But I want to be able to share it with them. So, but Yellowstone by far my favorite TV show. All right, Hannah, what you got next?
All right. The next question was texted to me. It's for Annie. It says, if you could
Is this
change
from
one
Wiggins?
thing.
No, Jackie just said she has the book and she's reading. I was just giving her a thumbs up silently. I didn't want to interrupt.
I'm just wondering if Ryan's like taking care of some business here by texting Hannah questions to ask me.
Yeah, that's the one, Hannah. That's what we talked about.
If you could change one thing, would you change the last presidential election or determine the outcome of the next presidential election?
Oh man,
That is a really good
question.
question.
Who's that person? Do they want a job? You can find something for him.
I asked that question.
It wasn't you, Ryan. Ryan's like, but what if they're honking for the Canadian geese? I honestly, oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
That's a big question.
I think it is. And I could advocate for both for sure. I think that what Joe Biden is doing right now to the country is disastrous. I think it's going to have a long time effect. Since it was asked of me, I will give you my personal opinion, which is that if you are somebody who reads the Bible, you know that God consistently uses very broken people to make change happen. And so having a confidence in God's plan, even in the midst of what we're dealing with right now, and I absolutely include Donald Trump in the very broken people who are put in high positions. And then when I make that point to say that maybe what's happening right now has its own purpose, I think that saying that I would determine the next outcome would be maybe an inappropriate thing for me to claim. I think that I do believe that what the Republican Party does next is going to drastically impact generations of people in the political spectrum, because Donald Trump is the last thing that defined the Republican Party. Joe Biden is the current thing that defines the Democratic Party. If the Republicans go in a new direction that is Trump policy, Trump America first mentality, and God willing, Trump blessed. I'm a huge Ron DeSantis fan. That's not a secret. I think that we have the opportunity to uplift the most important part of the plethora of things that Donald Trump did for this country, which were his policies. And I have always been I think in true fashion, America first can't be Trump first. And that's his policy. So I don't have an answer. I guess maybe the next election, but do you want to weigh in on that, Ryan, real quick? What you would do?
Well, I would clarify really quick that the Canadian
Honk,
truckers
honk.
were not honking
Oh my gosh.
for the geese. They were honking like the geese. They were just, it was
Maybe
like
the geese are
symbolism.
honking like the truckers and they like freedom too.
Which came first, the truck or the egg?
Or the goose.
I will no. Your answer to that question, because it's a profound one, is a good answer, because I almost feel like I can't answer it because I'm treading into God territory. Like, no, this is yours, God. And I realize as I'm answering it, I actually trust the plan, whatever he's got. I trust that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be good, whatever it is. And you have to go through bad to get good sometimes. So if I had to pick, though, I'd take next one, because like you, I think there's a lot of people that are waking up to, look, this is what these policies bring. And sometimes that has to happen.
And what Donald Trump has done so far for the Republican Party, I think, has been incredibly helpful in fighting back. And I understand what he did and how he did it. And I didn't agree with every method that he employed, but there isn't a politician that exists that I do agree with everything with. So I just think that, again, like I said, America first, that has to be the case, even if Donald Trump is in the conversation. All right, we've got a lot more questions, right, Hannah? They keep coming in. So let's take a quick break, Brad, and we'll continue it on the other side. You guys cool with that?
Yep, let's do it.
Especially you, Ryan. Want to make sure that you feel comfortable and cozy. Honk, honk.
I'm okay. I mean, I've been cozier, but because I don't know what questions are going to come. You don't know. So this is...
Let's do that over the break. Let's see if we can get any really great questions specifically for Ryan Wiggins. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
But I won't. Some look for trouble while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @AnnieFreyShow. 97.1 FM Talk. Uncensored discussion that's free in more ways than one. This is where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk. Right here, right now.
Hey, it's David Spade and Dana Carvey here. Join us for our new podcast, Fly on the Wall. Every week, we're going to catch up with an alum from the world of SNL.
Our old buddies like Chris Rock, Tina Fey, Tom Hanks, Martin Short, Kevin Neal, and many more. They'll join and talk SNL from the days on the show and the days how they got on the show.
Mm-hmm. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall, a presentation of Cadence 13. Available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Man, I'm getting good.
Not available in any countries.
No joke, folks.
That was pretty good.
Did you know you can sell any house within just 7 minutes without any fees, commissions, banks, or headaches? ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com is looking to make you a cash offer on your house today, no matter the size or condition. We buy vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, townhouses, condos, and apartment buildings. If you have a house and are just even thinking of selling, visit us at ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com. Leave us your info and we'll reach out to you, ask you some basic questions about your property, and make you a cash offer within just 7 minutes. Remember, when you sell your house to ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com, you get to choose the closing date. To get a free, no-obligation cash offer on your house, go online or call us today at 314-782-5000. That number is 314-782-5000. 314-782-5000. That's ChrisBuysHomesSTL.com.
Cardinals single game tickets for the 2022 season are on sale now and start at just $6. The schedule is filled with great matchups, including 2 Cubs weekends and a rare weekend visit from the New York Yankees. The promo schedule is packed with fan favorites too, like jerseys, bobbleheads, legendary player tributes, and so much more. There's something for everyone in the 2022 season. Get your tickets now at Cardinals.com.
Roses are red, the Cardinals are too, and have we got to get...
idea just for you. This year, treat your Valentine to dinner and a game with Cardinals all-inclusive tickets. From now through Valentine's Day, purchase all-inclusive tickets as low as $59 to see the Cards in April and May. All-inclusive tickets feature premium seats, a full buffet, and complimentary bar service. Hit a home run with your sweetie this Valentine's. For offer details, visit cardinals.com.
Hi, this is Andrea from Best Buy Flooring. Are you fed up with those old, worn-out, ugly floors? Let us show you our huge selection of carpet, vinyl, tile, laminate, and hardwood, all in stock. Can't find it here? We can special order your dream floor. Need it installed? Let our professional installers do it for you. We have the lowest prices in town. Open daily, 2 locations, Hazelwood, Missouri, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Online at bestbuyflooringstl.com. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. It is a snowy Friday here in St. Louis, but we are here to spend some time with you, and we're grateful that you have chosen to spend some of that time with us. We've been doing a little Ask Me Anything. Hannah's got the questions. She's asking them for us. Hannah, I'm just going to give it right back to you. Which direction do you want to go? What's your next question?
All right. Sydney from Facebook asked, what is the best fast food restaurant? Ryan, I think you should take this one away.
Ryan?
Okay. They are open on Sundays. Taco Bell.
I'm not arguing with Taco Bell.
That's a good choice.
I think we talked about this recently because Taco Bell came out way higher than all of us expected it to, right?
Yeah.
Taco Bell is always good.
It's always good no matter what time of day. Even their breakfasts are pretty good.
I've heard their breakfast is like really, really good.
It is.
I haven't tried it though.
Yeah.
Brad, are you agreeing, Taco Bell?
Yeah, I'm kind of I might lean Lion's Choice though.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I like Lion's Choice.
Thinking that.
Whoa, what kind of
Really?
money are you making, man?
Trisha, Lion's Choice?
Yeah, I thought Arby's initially because Arby's has got a lot of options. That
I like Arby's.
And then I thought a Lion's Choice, but no, I think Taco Bell's the GOAT.
There's no comparison to Taco Bell. There's not like, you could go to Chipotle or Qdoba, but that's not Taco Bell, at all. It's just like we've said this before, but a McDonald's cheeseburger is not comparable to other cheeseburgers. It is its own thing.
What about McDonald's hamburger?
I've never had one. So I only cheeseburgers.
Same, only cheeseburgers.
Let's do this
Right.
again.
Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate you. I heart you. Thank you. All right. What's next? Well, Hannah, did you say Taco Bell or did you pick a different one?
I agree with Taco Bell. You can't go wrong. All right. We have we have a question for Annie. Why do you have a giant Uncle Joe cutout?
That's funny because my brother's name is Joe. And I was like, wait, what? Good question. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I don't just have an Uncle Joe cutout. I also conveniently have Donald Trump cut out. And the funny thing is, if I turn it around, it's white on the back, but I can tell the silhouette of Donald Trump. I don't know how much okay, gotta go this way. You can tell his hair. You see his little hair?
Yeah, you can see his hair.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing. We bought these cutouts in the 2020 primary, and we were going to do some funny, silly things with all of the candidates who were in the Democratic primary. We were actually going to have people race with these big heads in like roadways all around the St. Louis area to see who would win the primary race. And then COVID shut everything down. So now I don't have a purpose for them. They're just here. And I have not touched them in like 12. Let's see. I went home on my maternity leave in June. So it's probably been about 8 months before I even remembered that they existed in my basement. So
Oh man, Annie, you know what you should do?
What should I
Take the
do?
Trump one since it is pretty defined. Get a giant spotlight and put it in front of the spotlight and make a Trump signal.
Like a bat signal, but Trump's
Yeah.
I get it.
Paging to Madison County, Donald Trump.
Any one part of MAGA.
If you can get me that spotlight, I'll make that happen. And a
Okay.
willing commissioner.
You get me the money we're talking about in the Bezos segment, I'll get you the spotlight. It's a trade.
People will start buying The Life of Human. Maybe you'll have the money to do it.
Buy
You
the
can
book. I will eventually, after a couple years of book sales,
Buy a
spotlight.
flashlight.
Yeah, buy a
Available
really
on
good
Amazon.
flashlight.
On Amazon, ironically. All right. Next question.
All right, this one's fun. This is from Nolan from Facebook. Asked, who has pond or ice skated out of your group? If presented with the chance, who would and who wouldn't whip out?
Brad,
Yes, I have.
you're the resident manly man in the room.
Yeah. Well, my grandpa had a pond, and so we would go. That's where we would go ice skating. We'd build a little bonfire on the shore next to it, and then just go out there and skate.
Where
around.
I like to build my bonfires next to the ice that I'm skating on.
I like to build them on the
Great idea.
Did you like play hockey and stuff on it?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call that what we did, but yeah, we tried to play hockey and figure skate and all that fun stuff.
I have a theory that Brad doesn't do any of this stuff. He just reads Mark Twain. And he projects it onto himself. This is what Americans do, right? I am an American. They build bonfires.
We didn't play that Canadian hockey. We figure skated.
Yeah, Americans figure skate.
Too many
Canadians hockey.
geese. Have you ever skated on a pond before, Ryan?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
Okay.
I haven't either.
Trisha?
No, and I wouldn't.
I would not either. I can
wimp.
think about is going through the ice. And I would not want to risk that.
I've seen it in movies.
And read about it in books.
Brad, you ever painted a fence?
No, I believe we refer to that as whitewashing.
Yeah.
Which we can't do anymore.
No.
Now it's painting.
That's right.
Is this funny or is this bad?
I don't
I'm
know.
100% sure.
He calls me Huck on the breaks a lot. That's why I thought that.
What about, okay, Hannah, have you ever, did you say you haven't?
Yeah, I said I wouldn't, and I haven't before.
Same.
Are we ready for another question?
We are so ready for
Super
another
ready.
question.
This one is from me. I asked the viewers, I said, what is your favorite Super Bowl snack?
Did anybody give any good suggestions? I mean,
A lot of people said toasted ravioli.
Oh yeah, buffalo chicken dip. I saw someone say that.
That was
that's
me.
That's fantastic. This is what Hannah is owning it. That's fantastic. She's doing what we asked her to do. What's your favorite snack, Ryan?
I don't know. Little Smokies with the bacon wrapped around them.
Do you have you ever? Why is it so funny?
I just love the idea that she's like, I've got a great question. And then I'm going to ask that question on the air and then also tell people that it's mine and give the best answer.
I said buffalo chicken dip. I called her out on it. She didn't provide that on her own.
That was my answer.
What about you, Brad?
I guess my favorite is probably chicken wings. If that's a snack, is that a snack?
Yeah,
I think
it
it's a
can
snack.
be. Depends on how you eat it.
Yeah, well,
If you just
chicken
nibble
wings.
it, just nibble it. It's a snack.
No, that's not how you eat a chicken wing.
Trisha, snack.
Buffalo chicken dip because it's so specific to parties like that. But I
Yeah.
also really like the homemade White Castles. You guys ever do that? Where you take ground beef and Velveeta and a French onion packet and you put it in a crock pot and then you serve it on Hawaiian rolls. And
Yeah.
It tastes just like
As a
White
whole
Castles.
pan of them.
Yeah, you can make
Ooh.
like a crock pot of it and they're great for a party like that as well.
I've never heard of that. I've also never had a White Castle.
What?
Wow.
If you ever need
What?
if you ever, need to
Hmm.
use the restroom.
They are a good cleanse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? Ryan,
It's
If
a
you ever
natural
feel
cleanse.
like you just are like, you know what? I need to take this
are
weekend.
you
and do a
trying to
cleanse.
persuade White Castle to sponsor you? Is this what you're doing?
I think what I did was probably the opposite of that. Because I don't think White Castle goes, that guy just said our product gives people diarrhea. Let's sponsor him.
Brian, is this a White Castle problem or is this a Ryan problem?
This
White
is an
Castle
everybody
thing.
problem. I guarantee it.
Well, we tried it once already, but let's try it again. How about another question?
This one is from Facebook. What is the best way to enjoy a snow day where work is not an actual thing?
I just love the stay inside, not go anywhere, put your slippers on in the morning and you're still wearing them at night. And just yesterday, so my kids had school off, and I talked with Brad a little bit about this because my husband has been doing e-learning days as a teacher. And so his district was still having teachers do something. What doesn't have to be, like they didn't have a lot of parameters around what had to be done, but they had to provide something for the kids. But these are also not being counted against the school days, like the emergency days. And so they won't be adding days on to the end of the school year, which I am a huge fan of, because I would much rather my kids have a couple worksheets to do on a snow day at home than have to be in school for an extra 3 or 4 days at the end of May. So I am A-okay with it. But we played Uno Attack, which is a super fun game. If you're looking for fun games that people of all ages can play and have fun with, Uno Attack is a good one.
Love that one.
We played video games. We decorated cookies and ate cookies. So like that is just simple. Spend time with those important people. That's the perfect day. Ryan?
Yeah, it's just cozying up next to a fire with a good book and the ones you love.
Which book, Ryan?
Probably the Bible.
Cozying up with the Bible on
And
a
the ones
snow
you
day.
love. Maybe the life of human. I don't know.
Okay, Trisha, what about you? What's a perfect snow day?
Sweatpants and junk food.
Yeah,
It's hard
pretty
to
much
beat.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Brad.
a new show.
Donuts.
You mean
in the
other
church-
than this one?
donuts in the church parking lot?
And something other
Anything
than
but
this.
I
Donuts
meant
in
to
the
stream.
Donuts in the church parking lot and sledding down St. Ellen Mine Park Hill.
It's really specific.
That was really. I just took
It's
the words
the
out of my
best
mouth.
sledding hill I've ever seen.
Cozying up next to a fire with the Mark Reardon show.
On repeat. Hannah, what do you do?
I am going to give the exact same response as Trisha did. Sweatpants and junk food.
Yeah, it's hard to beat, especially when you're a grown
It
person.
is.
And it's like you have
Yeah.
this extra permission on this one day to just take a load off and relax. All right, what's next?
Next is from Joe. Asked, what is the advantage of having headphones on in the studio, and do you hear anything differently? Which is funny because Annie was just talking to me about this before the show.
Well, I know, Trisha, you've come in a couple times, maybe even last minute or so, and sometimes you're in without headphones on. I'm wearing earbud headphones right now. So is Hannah. So sometimes it might look like we're not wearing headphones when we really are. But if we're having a conversation in the room, we can absolutely have that conversation without headphones on. However, if somebody calls in or if there's sound that I'm going to play or whatever, if you don't have headphones on, you can't hear that. So you just kind of, or unless someone has their headphones up ridiculously loud, which I often do, you might be able to overhear it that way. So that is a big difference. But Ryan, I don't know if you feel the same way, but if I can't hear the conversation in my ears, I'm way too easily distracted by like anything else. That somehow or another putting the headphones on or in my ears allows me to focus solely on the conversation at hand, which is a little bit of a professional priority that I need to be able to engage in. Do you hear things differently, Ryan, when you don't have your headphones on than when you do?
Yeah, I prefer, even if we're all in the same room and it doesn't matter, because most of the time, like, you'll come in with sound a lot. So we do have to have earphones most of the time because you'll hear clips and stuff and you wouldn't hear them if you didn't. But if you have headphones on, there are things that you can do. Like, for instance, if I wanted to be like, "Hey, Annie," I could control the volume with my headphones on, but I wouldn't know what I was hearing otherwise. So there's little things like that you need the headphones for.
Brad, you're new to being in the studio, sort of. You've been here for, 6 months now?
Yep, going on 6 months.
Have you noticed a difference with or without headphones?
I've never done the show without headphones because I have to listen to the audio. And like you said, whenever the mics are on, the speakers in the studio are dead. And so I can't hear what's going on if I don't have headphones on.
Trisha, sometimes you come in without headphones on. Is it a big difference for you, or are you just used to doing it either way?
No, it's way better with headphones on. When I don't bring them in, it's because they're broken. I hadn't gotten my new Christmas headphones yet, or I am so last minute I forgot them. But you definitely feel like you're more a part of things if you have them on.
Cool. Good question. Next question. Let's get to the other one.
Next question is from Sydney from Facebook. Ask, if you ever left radio to go to TV, what news or politics station would you like to go on and why?
Well, I mean, I'd say Fox because that's the one that people actually watch. But other than that, I don't know. I kind of really do dig the social media YouTube channels. I watch a lot more YouTube. I think that's a generational thing. I think that more and more people are going to grow into watching YouTube content, live YouTube content, like what we're doing right now over the course of time, in addition to broadcast television. But Fox that'd be cool. Be okay with that. Ryan?
ideologically, I'd like to go on something that would be center left, that they would allow a conservative voice to be on, but that you'd be the minority on, just to present that voice. Something like The Daily Show, where you could be a correspondent.
The View?
No, not The View. The View would be awful. the atmosphere there would be terrible. And maybe that's everywhere, but something like The Daily Show, not saying that would be ideal, but there easily could be a conservative voice that's funny on those shows that I think could exist if they'd let it.
I'll add, then I said this to Ryan and Brad, I don't know, weeks ago when people were cycling through that, air quotes, conservative position on The View. The only reason I bring this up is because she was on Outnumbered today on Fox News. But they should put Caitlyn Jenner in that position. It would be the most fitting thing for a conservative person like Caitlyn Jenner to represent that in that market. I'd like to see them try to come up with a reason why that couldn't be. And like I've said, I don't think any conservative woman should go on that show and represent, because I don't think that they want a conservative. I think they want a villain. But Caitlyn Jenner being on Outnumbered today reminded me of that, and I could totally see her becoming the representation on The View, and that being something that they invest in. I'm still curious if Whoopi's going to come back.
Yeah, me too.
All right, you got another question, Hannah, before we go to a break?
I have a Ask Wiggins Anything question from Josh.
Yeah.
Ask, what is the most important issue for you going into the 2022 elections?
Ooh, man, that's tough. It's going to be something like it's less one issue and more a general attitude of this kind of like populism thing, like us versus the man. Those people who have proved it to me that they're not part of whatever system is in place in politics right now, I'm really stumping for those people. So,
would you call yourself a populist?
No, but I pretty much just define myself as a populist, so I should just go ahead and do it. No, I haven't ever really felt that way, but why wouldn't you? Why do you hesitate to refer to yourself as a populist? What are you trying not to associate with yourself? I just don't know that the average person thinks of that word and goes, "Oh, I know what that is." I just don't know that it's a very common word outside of the world we live in. But I'm not shying away from it. But anybody who's in that camp that has proven to me that they're going to not go and just become part of the cog of the cog of the machine, that's the people I'm looking for.
Interesting. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate it. You can save some of those questions too if you want to. If there's some good ones that you didn't get to, maybe save them for next week when we do another Ask Me Anything with Hannah. We always appreciate you logging in and giving us your thoughts and your questions. We love to answer them. Quick break when we come back. Trisha, are you ready for a little Annie, Are You Okay segment?
I'm ready.
I am too. So let's wrap things up here in just a minute. When we come back, we will do an Annie, Are You Okay? Right now, it is $2.41. Donate your car to Goodwill and get 2022 Cardinal tickets at mersgoodwill.org. Use promo code Cardinals. Annie, are you okay? In a minute when we come back, don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show. The Mark Cox Morning Show.
You got to have a little ground clearance in your vehicle this morning.
Took 55 that ramp to gravel, and I thought, boy, that's shiny. Not the good kind of shiny that's happy. That's icy shiny.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
So Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage is the guy who can help get you into that home that you've been looking to buy. If you got a mortgage that you need to secure, you need to make sure that you check out Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage right away. He can make you the most competitive buyer, which is a very, very key thing to have in your pocket when you go in to make an offer. Now, what makes him more competitive than makes you more competitive working with Stewie than other people? Well, first of all, he can help you close in 14 days. That's really, really super fast. Plus, he has 10% down, no PMI. An opportunity for you to get in where I don't think you can get this anywhere else. 10% down, no PMI. Reach out to Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage and ask him about the bagel loan. When you use the bagel loan, you are going to save thousands of dollars that other lenders out there are going to charge you in fees. There are lots of fees involved. I've purchased 2 homes not with the bagel loan, And you know that those fees really add up. With Stewie, they don't exist. And it's no magic trick. He'll explain to you exactly how it works when you call him. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Google the Big Alone. NMLS number 226715.
Hey guys, it's the new year. Are you still struggling with erectile dysfunction? I've yet to meet anyone that enjoys timing those intimate moments around a pill. Well, now you don't have to. The advanced wave technology at Pineview Medical has been shown by Cambridge University and the Cleveland Clinic to restore and even regrow blood vessels. It can improve circulation and eliminate erectile dysfunction. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us in the next 2 minutes and you'll receive a consultation, assessment, and blood flow ultrasound free, plus a special gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. You're going to love that. Trust me. This is a $600 value, free to callers now. 314-530-7777. That's 314-530-7777. Guys, get rid of your ED and get that spark back. Call Pineview Medical now to qualify. 314-530-7777.
This is Tracy again with Acropolis Technology Group, and yeah, I'm going to talk again about another facet of security and how it could affect you. Most of you know what two-factor authentication is because most banks and financial institutions have been using it for years. Heck, my son can't even access his Xbox account without receiving a code sent to his phone. If Microsoft wants my teenager to use two-factor authentication to protect his V-Bucks account, doesn't it make sense for your employees to use it when they access your organization's software and data? At a minimum, you should be using 2FA to access your Microsoft 365 account, and if you're not, do that today. At Acropolis, our 2FA not only protects your Microsoft accounts, but also your corporate assets, regardless of where your employees work and where you keep your data. I know IT isn't how most of you want to spend your day, but from one business owner to another, you need to feel comfortable that these protections are in place. If you aren't satisfied with what you find, we can help, and it's more reasonable than what you think. Visit us on the web at acropolistech.com. That's acropolistech.com. Protect, optimize, grow. We are Acropolis Technology Group.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Lori Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
If you're retiring soon, join us Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Chesterfield, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
Bringing you up-to-the-minute traffic like nobody else. Sue Thomas and dependable traffic, driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
Well, I got a woman.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Say, I got a woman way over town. Good to me. Oh, yeah. She give me money when I'm in need.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. I got news that you've all been waiting for. Yesterday we covered the Durham probe. Today, Michael Avenatti. This is the second time I've mentioned his name on the show today, which means I don't know what that means. That's just crazy. Michael Avenatti has been found guilty of charges of wire fraud and aggravated identity theft for bilking a former client, adult film star Stormy Daniels, out of nearly $300,000 in book proceeds. This is the man who I played from the clip earlier that CNN said, I consider you how did he say it? Like a real candidate. He was talking about the president of the United States. Remember, Michael Avenatti was running for president for a second. They were taking him seriously. He was a good, oh my gosh. Like, it's just, I was going to say, is there a more unlikable person than Michael Avenatti? And then next week we'll be reading Anthony Weiner headlines again. And then all of the new interns are going to be just very excited to be able to write all those social media headlines.
That I just sometimes I can't believe that the people in that industry in particular are not upstanding.
Like Trump called Jeff Zucker like a world-class sleazebag. I mean, oh my gosh. And the RNC voted to censure Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, which is a pretty, I mean, I don't know that it's something that is like gonna matter about anything other than potentially hurting their egos, but at this point they probably wear it as a badge of honor.
I love when Trump puts out a news release because sometimes there's just like one sentence. Kinzinger, what a loser.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be the whole news release.
I'm okay with that though, because the rest of it is just like an expanse on why he's a loser.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
you don't need it.
From Fox News, the RNC took a rare step on Friday to censure 2 GOP lawmakers in the House of Representatives for their participation in a Democratic-dominated House Select Committee investigating the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. In an overwhelming voice vote by committee members gathered for the general session of the winter meetings in Salt Lake City, the RNC rebuked Liz Cheney of Wyoming and Kinzinger of Illinois. The resolution also states the RNC will no longer support them as members of the Republican Party. So there's that. I mean, tell me something I don't know from a policy or political standpoint, but I kind of actually am pretty excited that the RNC said peace.
Yeah, me too. I like when they actually do something that's not appeasement, because it seems like most of what they do is just sort of trying to go along, get along, and not do anything that's controversial. I like seeing them have a backbone on this.
Okay. Well, I am absolutely okay with that. Trisha, are you ready?
Sure.
Let's do Annie. Are you okay?
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
All right. Our first story comes from Sydney, Australia, where an Australia man ties bed sheets together to escape fourth floor hotel quarantine.
Oh my, what?
So a man in the Australian city of Perth escaped mandatory quarantine in a hotel by scaling down a rope made of tied together bed sheets from a fourth floor window, say police. He arrived at the city. His application for entry was refused because their rules are so tough. He was forced into mandatory quarantine and he decided he didn't want to stay there. So he let himself out via the window.
Huh.
And the police have posted photos of the bed sheets tied together, and he straight up, like you would in a movie or a cartoon, scaled out the building.
Can you leave Australia if you're like, this place sucks? Can you say, I'm going to go somewhere else? Like, they're not keeping them that. I don't know that we have the answer to that question. Do you know, Ryan? Brad?
I think that's why I asked the boat question. Could you just get in a boat and just go down the Mississippi out of the country? I don't know if you can just leave the country and go to New Zealand. I think that's part of the quarantine, isn't it? That you can't really go anywhere.
Well, you can't fly out of the country if you're not vaccinated. You can't get on a boat to get out of the country if you're not vaccinated. So I don't know how you would get out if you're not vaccinated, if you don't want to. I mean, yeah. Bed sheets to Indonesia.
Now,
here we go.
I know that Trisha doesn't usually do this segment, but just so you know,
yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
This is my second time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't think you were here
at
the
least.
first time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, because usually these are kind of quirky stories. That's an actual sign of the apocalypse.
Hey, Ryan. Ryan.
Yeah.
My bad.
We've been asking you to do this segment for like years, and you always forgot to do it. So let's not criticize Trisha on showing up with actual content and providing it to the show.
Unfortunately, your comments are fair.
But Ryan,
and accurate.
Ryan, this is Annie, Are You Okay? Not Signs of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, now
That's true. Hold it together. Hold it together.
So Annie, are you okay with this man? Now, mind you, he did escape for 8 hours, evaded police before they caught him, arrested him. He did test negative for the virus, though. There's
he's
no
completely
word.
harmless.
Yeah,
he just wanted to get out of his room, and his parents said, "Go back to your room where you came from, Sonny." No, that's ridiculous. No, I'm not okay with that. And I will also ask you this: if you have Ryan, you guys have a 2-story house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are the bedrooms on the second floor?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about like in a fire, like how you would get if have you ever like I've put weird amount of mental I don't sleep, so these are kind of stupid things I think about. But you know, the thought of tying together bed sheets, like if I needed to get off the second floor or if I had to get my kids out of there some way or some form, I'm kind of excited. I'm okay with knowing that he got down 4 stories with bed sheets.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like it's a plausible plan.
Well, he had a lot of time though. In a fire, I don't know if you're going to have as much time as he did to put together those bed sheets, but
Well, I've got them tied already.
oh yeah.
Just in case.
How far do you go with that planning? Like, do you plan for only real things, or are you going, what if there's a zombie apocalypse? What would I do? You know,
Just real things.
Just real things. Okay. Sometimes my wife will go, what would happen if, and there's some crazy like aliens came down right now and blah, blah. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you worried about things like no
I'm
matter?
preparing for fires, intruders, and if the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm going to employ the same method that I have confidently placed around my house to stop intruders. So we'll just put it that way.
Bed sheets going out the window on bed sheets.
Strangling people.
Zombies, you guys.
I got bed sheets for days, people. Come at me.
All right, you guys ready for another one?
I don't know. I want to make sure Ryan's okay with the segment so far. Ryan, how's she doing? Is she doing okay?
Give it a 5 out of 8.
You know the old 8-point grading scale.
Trisha. All right, better than half. Woman sparks fierce debate with bean pizza. So a woman took to Twitter and she posted, I just found out when my friend wants to cheer herself up, she makes bean pizza and dips it in mayo. And I can't do this.
Wait. Bean? Like
bean. So this
like kidney bean?
It appears to be baked beans, black beans, chopped red onion, some kind of cheese, maybe a little cilantro. Maybe she did a refried bean situation on there with the black beans.
So
put it on a crust, put it in the oven, took a picture of it, sent it to her friend. Her friend thought it was disgusting, put it out on Twitter, and now the internet is divided. Annie, are you okay with a disgusting amount of beans on pizza?
2-part answer to this question.
Okay.
No, but I also don't care if somebody else likes it. And why are we fighting about it?
I don't know. The internet ask. I'm just doing my due diligence for the internet.
Isn't it strange how somebody like a friend, first of all, a friend shares a picture of her bean pizza with her friend and they're like, you know what we should do? We should fight about this on the internet. And now it's on a radio show in St. Louis.
Yeah.
People are like, bean pizza. How do you feel about that? I think it sounds gross. But I'm okay if that person wants to eat it. Did you say she does this when she feels sad?
Yeah, to cheer herself up, she puts beans on pizza crust.
We're burying the lead here. Let's talk more about that.
What's her name?
What kind of friend is this person? That's not what she was texting. She was texting that she felt bad, and this bad friend is like, "But that pizza, though." I mean, that's not a good friend. Maybe that's why she feels bad. We're getting to the bottom of this problem.
I feel bad. I'm going to send a picture of something weird to an influencer.
I'm mad at all of it. So no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with any of
I
that.
don't love the way that you reported that story, Trisha, because what you said was a disgusting amount of beans. As if,
I did color it. With
exactly.
My opinion.
What if we would have liked the idea?
Yeah.
Oh, I see that Annie's holding up something now. We should all turn our heads toward that.
So for my birthday one time, Ryan Wiggins gave this to me, and it is non-affectionately known as poop meat.
It's chocolate.
It's chocolate in the form of a piece of steak and a piece of broccoli and a chocolate dipped strawberry.
That's actually all chocolate, not
and
strawberry.
It's all chocolate, and it says dinner date on it, which is maybe the weirdest part of the whole thing. Doesn't that meat look like feces? It really does.
It does, but that's pre-COVID chocolate feces meat now. So
I think this is a year old. I might give it back to you for Valentine's Day. Thanks, folks, for being here. Mark Rune coming up next.
Diamonds Direct makes it easy to go over the top this Valentine's with an expanded selection of the most romantic